What if Batman knew everything? I'm not talking about him being the world's greatest detective. I'm talking about a Batman who possesses near-omniscient knowledge of the entire DC universe, past, present, and future. This isn't just some fan theory. It actually happened in the comics, and it created one of the most powerful and terrifying versions of the Dark Knight we've ever seen. This is the story of the Batman who sat on the Mobius chair. It all starts during the Darkseid War storyline. The Justice League is locked in an epic battle against the Anti-Monitor and Darkseid, two of the most powerful beings in existence. In a desperate move to gain an advantage, Batman sees an opportunity. Metron, one of the new gods, is momentarily separated from his Mobius chair, a cosmic throne that contains all the knowledge of the multiverse. Without hesitation, Batman seizes the chair and sits on it. The moment he does, he's bombarded with an infinite stream of information. Every secret, every event, every truth from the dawn of time to its end floods his mind. The first thing he does with this newfound power is ask the chair a question that has haunted him his entire life. What is the Joker's true name? The chair's answer is something Batman, and we the readers, never expected. It tells him there are three. This single revelation shatters everything he thought he knew about his greatest enemy and sets the stage for the Three Jokers mystery. But that's just the beginning. With the Mobius chair, Batman's crime-fighting abilities are amplified to a godlike level. He doesn't need to investigate anymore. He simply knows. Imagine this. A crime is committed in Gotham. Before the police even get the call, Batman is already there, waiting for the criminal. He knows their name, their motive, their entire life story, and exactly how to take them down. He becomes the ultimate preventative measure against crime. He stops robberies before they happen, dismantles criminal organizations from the inside out with a single word, and predicts every move his enemies make. Gotham City, for the first time, becomes truly safe. He even uses his knowledge to make a fortune on the stock market, funneling billions into Wayne Enterprises to fund his crusade on a global scale. He is no longer just a man. He is an abstract concept of justice, an all-seeing, all-knowing force. But this absolute power comes at a great cost. The constant influx of infinite knowledge begins to erode his humanity. The man, Bruce Wayne, starts to disappear, leaving only the cold, calculating god of knowledge. His relationships with the Bat family become strained. How can you have a normal conversation with someone who knows every thought you've ever had and every mistake you will ever make? Alfred, his loyal butler and father figure, tries to reason with him, to pull him back from the brink. But Batman, now fused with the chair, sees Alfred's pleas as nothing more than predictable data points. He coldly tells Alfred, "You will die in this house, alone." It's a chilling, detached prediction, devoid of the love and respect they once shared. His methods become more extreme. He starts targeting not just criminals, but potential criminals. He uses his knowledge of the future to judge people for crimes they haven't even committed yet. This puts him in direct conflict with the Justice League. Superman, Wonder Woman, and the others see him becoming a tyrant, a dictator who controls fate itself. They try to talk to him, to remind him of the man he used to be. But the Batman on the Mobius chair is beyond their reach. He sees their arguments as flawed because they lack the complete information that he possesses. To him, he's not being a tyrant. He's creating a perfect, orderly world free from the chaos that took his parents. He's solving the ultimate problem. The conflict escalates when Hal Jordan, the Green Lantern, returns to reclaim the Mobius chair for the new gods. Batman refuses. He sees the chair not as a tool, but as an extension of himself. He fights Hal, using his knowledge of the Green Lantern Ring's deepest secrets and Hal's own personal fears against him. He's no longer just fighting with gadgets and martial arts. He's fighting with pure information, weaponizing truth itself. He tells Hal that the ring will one day fail him at a critical moment, planting a seed of doubt that could cripple any lantern. This is the new Batman, a psychological warrior who can dismantle his opponents without throwing a single punch. The Justice League realizes they can't force him off the chair without risking a catastrophe. The only person who can save Batman is Batman himself. But how? The turning point comes from an unlikely source, the very knowledge that is consuming him. While sifting through infinite realities, he sees a vision. He sees the Flash Barry Allen, creating the Flashpoint timeline, a catastrophic event that reshaped reality. But more importantly, he sees the letter written by his father, Thomas Wayne, from that alternate timeline. A letter addressed to him. This is the key. In the chaos of the Darkseid War, as the League battles Darkseid's daughter, Grail, and the transformed Flash who has become the host for the Black Racer, the embodiment of death, Batman has a moment of clarity. He understands that to save the Flash, and to save himself, he must relinquish the chair. He uses his final moments as a god of knowledge to orchestrate a plan. He guides Jessica Cruz, a rookie Green Lantern, to overcome her fear and separate the Flash from the Black Racer. In that critical instant, as the chair is needed to contain the entity of death, Batman lets go. He willingly gives up omniscience. As he steps off the chair, the infinite knowledge recedes, and he is once again just a man. Bruised, battered, but human. The first thing he does is find Barry. He asks him about the letter from his father. Barry, stunned, gives it to him. Reading his father's words of love, regret, and pride, is what finally grounds him. It's a reminder that his crusade was never about absolute control or perfect order. It was about honoring the memory of his parents, driven by love and loss. It was about being human. The knowledge of a god almost destroyed him, but the love of a father saved him. The saga of the God of Knowledge is a powerful exploration of Batman's core principles. It proves that what makes him a hero isn't his intellect or his resources, but his humanity. It's his ability to feel, to grieve, and to choose to do the right thing even when faced with impossible odds. Giving up ultimate power was perhaps the most heroic thing this Batman ever did. It showed that Bruce Wayne is more important than the god on the throne, because without Bruce, there is no Batman. So what do you think? Was this one of the coolest what-if scenarios for Batman, or do you prefer him as the street-level detective? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this deep dive into DC lore, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more. See you next time.